art. It's a very beautiful martial art, but the main goal of Aikido is to become a better person. Okay? And through Misogi, however you do that, is through spiritual purification, through your mind, physical training. Just as you practice a technique over and over again to get better at it, you can practice habits in our daily lives, and that's one thing I want to do in my life outside the dojo, to get good at them. Maybe you're not good at, somebody cuts you off in traffic, and that anger flies up, and there's fingers flying, everybody's yelling. And maybe you don't want to be like that. Maybe you want to be calmer. In Aikido, we tend to push the idea of being calm, having peace in the most stressful situations. And life is going to throw that at you no matter what. Okay, so all the difference is how we react. Successful people do well because of how they react to situations. You have troubles in your life. It's terrible, right? But so does everybody next to you, and everybody else is going to have the same troubles. Maybe not the exact same troubles, but troubles nonetheless. And there's people that overcome issues that are way worse than yours, and you're kind of buried in them. When we do an Aikido technique, we want to be present. Okay, we don't just collapse. You take a self-defense class, you want to avoid that altogether. You want to be present there, and you want to blend with the situation, be harmonious with whatever's going on around you, and then take it to a peaceful resolution. One of the things that can help us be better people and have victory over ourselves every day, you just pick anything in your life that you want to improve. Maybe you want to lose weight, right? So you say, okay, I'm going to wake up early, I'm going to go for a run at 5:30 in the morning, or 4, or whatever crazy hour you pick, and that alarm clock, your phone goes off, right? Wakes you up, right? And now you have to fight, okay? So you have one part of yourself, which is really interesting. You want to get up, you want to better yourself, you want to go exercise, you want to do that thing to improve yourself, your body, your health, whatever it is. And what's the stronger force generally there? I'm really sleepy, hit the snooze button, right? It's been said that it takes approximately 5 seconds for your brain to convince you not to do that thing you want to do. Okay? And generally that overcomes us, and we go back to sleep. Right? It's hard. And how we get over that is through practice. So those who came up with the 5-second rule, at least in theory, say you have about that long to convince yourself to get up before your brain tells you no. Your brain has a way of not sabotaging you, but protecting itself from discomfort. Okay? And so that goes off, you have 5 seconds, you get up, you go do it. Okay? And the more you do that, it becomes more of a habit, becomes inside of you, and it'll become a habit that'll help you reach your goals. Maybe you want to lose weight, whatever it is. We want to have a better relationship with ourselves. We want to improve ourselves so that we can have better relationships with people around us, right? True victory is victory over self, so we have to kind of tweak ourselves and overcome our, our bad traits or our bad habits that we have, so we have good relationships with our friends, with our family, and all those things. So if we're kind of a jerk all the time, nobody's want to hang around us, right? And then what good are we going to do to them, right? We want to become better people through Misogi practice, through purification of our minds, of ourselves, develop good habits so that we can be good people, so that we can benefit you guys, your families, and those around you. Once you do that, you can be a benefit to your community, okay? And so the more you practice bettering yourself instead of just taking and being a consumer of everything, imagine what you can do for your community around you, okay? You could be somebody who just kind of shows up to things, you go to work, you come home, you sit down and watch TV for a bunch of hours, but how much of that time could have been used for your Misogi practice, whatever it is, or if you want to get better at something, whatever it is, your hobby. A lot of people want to do things, but they end up doing nothing because they don't know where to go from there. Oh, it'd be great to start a business. It'd be great to start learning this or that. It'd be great to train more. Absolutely. And it's weird that you want to do these things, but your brain says, you're tired. You don't have the money. Right? And people laugh at you, people say this about you, we worry about what other people will think, and so we don't. But what people fail to often realize that we're 100% control of our lives. Everything that happens in your life, you're perfectly control of. It might be hard to make decisions to change things in your life, right? Because of what people think of you, what your family think of you, your personal relationships, whatever it is. But these are the things that we can overcome in ourselves. Even if true victory over self, you go to work, You don't like that person at work. You tend to be snarky, sarcastic, cynical, kind of mean to them maybe. I'm not that, I can't say I'm not guilty of that myself. But you could make it a point to be nice to that person, right? And then, okay, I got through it, I was nice to him, faked it. Fake it till you make it, they say. And then eventually you're nice to that person again and again and again. Maybe you're somebody that when people come into your life, the first thing you notice is that thing you don't like about them, right? And that can become a habit. You meet somebody, let's see what I don't like about them. No, I don't like that. I don't like that person. But imagine if you made it a habit to find something you do like about that person. Oh, okay. And then you're going to focus on that instead of the negative stuff all the time. It'll make you a better person. Make you more pleasant to be around. Make you a better person. And you make friends, you know. The more friends you get, the more people you have to talk to. And they have friends that can connect you to different things and they can help you get places. It's called networking, you know. So no matter what it is, we can overcome through daily habits, okay? And when you come in, you train, you're really bad at this technique, your footwork's terrible, or whatever it is, you got to practice your technique. How do you get better at it? Keep practicing, keep practicing, keep practicing, right? And with the spirit of Aikido, right? In an effort to better yourself, better your technique, right? You go out there, do the same thing. All these little things in your life, waking up early, being nice to people, you know, apologizing when you have to, being humble. These are all the things involved in the Misogi purification of the mind, at least as I see it. Okay? We tend to have the ego, which is up here. When we talk about a martial art, people get into conflicts. It's Stockton, right? You look at somebody funny, they start getting up in your face, right? They might shove you. What's your initial reaction if somebody shoves you? Well, shove them back, right? Or you get anger raising up inside. Make it a habit. When somebody offends you or do something else, you take a different direction with it. Okay? How many fights could have been stopped? How many people could have been not injured or even murdered? There's lots of violence in this town because they could have changed the way they thought, their habits, their processes. Our minds are kind of, I don't say they're evil, but they tend to have this tendency to take us nowhere. The internet is full of information. It has all the information, all the knowledge in the world. You can be on the internet all day, and you can learn a lot of stuff. You can become really super smart. Or you can sit there and just watch TV all day, or YouTube videos that don't do you any good, right? So it can be both ways. But what do we tend towards? We don't tend towards bettering ourselves. We tend towards what's easy. And the trick is to develop habits, to overcome this desire to go with what's easy, and pick what we want for our lives. Okay? And that's what we do. That's part of the Misogi. That's part of what true victory over self means. Tiny little decisions over everything. I also wanted to talk about Aikido as a martial art, and then we'll get to the exam real quick. This will be short. Some people see Aikido as purely a spiritual exercise, or an exercise of the self, to better yourself, and it very much is so. And they train that way. Okay, so they don't look at it as the martial side as much because that's not a part of what they care about. Okay, and they don't care as much maybe about self-defense type things. Some people don't see Aikido as a self-defense art. Okay, they'll tell you that. Other people, you know, they see it more as like you prevent every possible situation to get into a situation where you'd have to use a martial art. But then there comes a time when you may have to, especially in this town, right? But are you practicing in a way that will protect you? Aikido is love and protection for all. We've all heard that, right? I assume that includes yourself. Okay, so if you're practicing in a way that you want to defend yourself, that's not going to help you, then maybe you'll want to train in a way that's a little bit more practical. And we do train in the dojo. There's different ways to train. You train in the dojo, and then you can train for self-defense. You just have to train in different ways, and we'll look at that. But it's all about what you want to do and how you want to improve yourself. If you don't want to look at that side, that's fine. And the people that do that, you don't have to discourage them. And the people that do see Aikido as a martial art, which was developed from Daito-ryu Aikijutsu, and there's lots of different schools in that, which is battlefield-tested arts, right? Okay, they had guys with swords coming after them. I'm assuming it's going to work a little bit, right? Okay, and a lot of the techniques came down through that art. So it can be applied in certain ways. But it's not about the techniques, as I'll show you. It's about the intent and your mindset. right? We tend to get towards the end of a technique and, you know, we got him. And that's where we have to purge that out of us, where we do it, the person's not even there, we just we explore the technique until it finishes without any malice in our hearts, without any anger towards that person and such, and it's really interesting. There's different ways to practice, and I'll show you guys.